Hello, this is your special education virtual content specialist with the 6th grade math lesson for June 2nd. This lesson, like all other lessons, can be found on TeachHub and come with the title, the focus question, and the learning objectives, including the standards and objectives for each lesson. Additionally, we provide guidance for using this resource, including instructional and technology guidance, implementation guidance for each slide in the lesson, guidance for summarizing, guidance for assessment during instruction, and general methods of engaging with students with disabilities and multilingual learners. Today, 6th graders are working on Unit 8, Data Sets and Distribution. Day 22, Deviation from the Mean 2. What can we say about a data set whose data points have very small distances from the mean? The introduction has the following information. The tables show Elena, Jada, and Lynn's basketball data from an earlier activity. Recall that the mean of Elena's data as well as that of Jada's and Lynn's data was 5. Record the distance between each of Elena's scores and the mean. Please note that to support students with disabilities, I separated the two parts of the question. So the first part will be the introduction, where students actually record the distance between each of Elena's scores and the mean. The distance from 5 to 5 is 0. The distance from 1 to 5 is 4. The distance from 6 to 5 is given as 1. The distance of 9 to 5 is 4. The distance of 7 to 5 is 2. The distance of 2 to 5 is 3. The distance of 5 to 8 is 3. The distance of 3 to 5 is 2. The distance of 3 to 5 is 2. The distance of 5 to 5 is 0. And the distance of 7 to 5 is 2. To support students with disabilities on this activity, you can pair them up with their peer tutors, and you can eliminate barriers to conceptual processing by allowing students to use calculators to ensure inclusive participation in the activity. I would treat this slide as an I do so that students can calculate the mean absolute deviation on their own for the next 2 slides. So now that I found the distances, I need to find the average of the distances. So I'm going to add all of those values up. So 1 plus 0 plus 4 plus 1 plus 4 plus 2 plus 3 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 all over 12 because there are 12 data points. So that becomes 24 over 12, and that is equal to 2. So Elena's MAD is 2. To further support students with disabilities, especially those with executive functioning issues, you can provide them the visual aid of adding mean absolute deviation, MAD for short, to the classroom vocabulary anchor chart. You can treat this slide as the we do, and notice that it's 3, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 3, 2 for Jada. And when you complete the average for the MAD, it's going to come out as 1.5. As I stated before, this can be used as the I do, and the distance from 5 for Lynn would be 2, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 2, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, and his MAD would be 1. This slide on the Explorer asks students to compare the MADs and the dot plots of the 3 students' data. Do you see a relationship between each student's MAD and the distribution on their dot plot? Explain your reasoning. So a sample response would be, yes, I see a relationship between the MAD and the distribution of the data. The largest MAD value corresponds to the dot plot with the widest spread. The smallest MAD value corresponds to the dot plot with the narrowest spread. An anticipated misconception that you may see during these slides is that students may recall the previous lesson about thinking of the mean as a balance point and think that the MAD should always be 0 since the left and right distances should be equal. Remind them that distances are always positive, so finding the average of these distances to the mean can only be 0 if all the data points are exactly at the mean. Additionally, to synthesize the activity, you might want to highlight that finding how far away on average the data points are from the mean is a way to describe the variability of a distribution. So you may want to discuss the following questions. What can we say about a data set whose data points have very small distances from the mean? What about a data set with points that show large distances from the mean? Does a data set with smaller distances and therefore smaller average distances show less or more variability? What do MAD values of 2, 1.5, and 1 mean in this context? For the summary, students are recording their response to the focus question. What can we say about a data set whose data points have very small distances from the mean? To support students with disabilities, you may want to give them a sentence starter as seen here. When a data set whose data points have very small distances from the mean, blank. For this particular lesson, there is a support video for students who are struggling, and there are family resources to utilize. So please make sure that students are aware of this. For additional practice, students can complete the Open Up Resources practice problems, Khan Academy MAD lesson for grade 6, iExcel grade 6, HH.6, calculate the mean average deviation, or Engage New York's lesson 9 from module 6, problem set. This lesson, like all other lessons, were adapted using Illustrative Mathematics and Open Up Resources, so please use them to support digital learning. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to your virtual content specialist. Thank you.